Here, looking much more secure against Shin. I will say that. Cool, calm, and collected. Different game, different day, different performance. But here we go. We're getting into game number 1 and getting into our first series, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Let's go. Let us jump in. That burrow was crazy. That burrow was crazy. Like, again, I don't think I've seen that before, where someone breaks the lock-on of I've seen people like break lock-ons of Cyclones with burrow, but breaking the lock-on of Widowmine shots with burrow was crazy. Definitely something that is going to be burned into my skull, burned into my memory. So really cool to see. So again, now we have our third best of 3. So far, we have our initial openers. Looks like an economic opener out of Clem, going for a Rax Expand, a single gas opener out of our Terran player. So we're calming things down early on. So here we go. We are settling into the game, and again, a more passive start here out of Clem. MaxPax standard opener on his side of the map, and welcome one all to Persephone. Persephone does have a shorter rush distance by ground, so aggression can be favored or is favored on this map. I think we saw that even in the previous series between between Cure and Shin, just how intense and how dynamic and how very little room to breathe our players did have. Same can be said here in TvP as well. So much more shorter and direct rush distance by ground. Likewise, a lot of angles to attack, especially when it comes to harassing the fringe bases. And we have a tech of choice going for a Twilight Council opener for MaxPax. Okay. Does open Twilight Council. With this, we should be seeing Blink. The question becomes, how many gateways? How many gateways? 2 Gate Blink, 3 Gate Blink, or 4 Gate Blink Stalker? Depending on the build of choice, some more aggressive than others, some more economic. So we'll keep an eye on MaxPax. Yo, meanwhile, a shout out to Super Kite. Super Kite. Ga, papi, ga. I don't see you too often in the chat, but thank you. Thank you for the support. 36 months, 3 years. 3 years of support. Thank you, Este Super Kite. One of the long-time supporters of the channel. Do appreciate it. Always, papi, always. Thank you. As always. As behind this, we have our 1-1-1. Adept shading into the mineral line. Will deny some mining. Will delay the economy here of Clem. Will delay. Getting an SCV. SCV goes down. Adept is cleaned up. Behind this, how many gates? So far, 1 gateway in the main. We have 2 gateways to the natural. Oh my god, never mind. It's been a while here since since MaxPax has embraced 4 Gate Blink Stalker. Let's go. Has been a long time. Again, this meta has fallen off. It has fallen out of favor, fallen out of fashion. 4 Gate Blink was much more common last year, but coming into the new season, coming into the new map pool, it has fallen off quite heavily, actually. A big reason for that is, one, because it was so common, players, they got so good at defending against it. Speaking of, very nice SimCity here by Clem, does wall up, Widowmine drop across the map. Now, the purpose of this Widowmine drop is not for damage, it is designed to scout. Clem, he has to figure out how many gateways there are, how many gateways, and whether or not there is a third. So far, Clem does poke in. Widowmine drop towards the natural, does get eyes on 2 gates. So far, 2 gates get spotted. Drop comes in. And MaxPax, a bit of an awkward reaction. 5 probe kills, aye. Not meant to get damage, but 5 workers, a very strong start here for Clem. Likewise, does spot the Robo, does spot the Warp Prism. He's aware of at least 3 Gate Blink. He's aware of at least 3 gateways. Back at home, he should be getting ready. Bunker is done. Yep, second bunker is on the way. Tank in the main. He's securing himself. He's getting ready. And again, still no third. So he knows. Clem, he knows, he is aware. No third base, Warp Prism. He's seen all the signs. Behind this, he pre-pulls the boys as well to repair, but the tank is exposed. Yeah, Stalker's gonna go for the main, and the first tank is gonna go down. Boys, they're late to react. Ooh. And the first tank does go down. Clem, he tries to pull back into the main base, but again, he needs another tank. Going for a massive warp in. Another tank, no! Does come in on the wrong side. And MaxPax, does he have too much here? Takes down the Raven, takes down 3 SCVs. Yeah, Marine kind of thinning out. MaxPax does pull out. And again, Clem, you saw that he was so ready at the natural. He had pre-pulled the boys, but no, MaxPax, he hits the main base instead, thanks to the Observer. Goes back in. And Clem is being torn apart. He's being torn apart here. Once again, boys are being pulled. Once again, another warp in into the main. Yeah, Blinks on the army. Everything's being pulled here to defend, to survive. There's one tank out. But this is getting out of hand. This is becoming critical damage. At the same time, though, drop across the map. Gets another 6 probes. Okay. 6 more probes go down. Both players losing workers. Remember, MaxPax still only on 2 bases. He's still very committed. Still no expansion, just now being thrown down. So this was a shaky defense here by Clem, but MaxPax's own economy isn't much better. Blinks in. Gets a bunker. Does get one. Repair is up. Oh, not in time. Yeah, barely on time. Another tank goes down. GG gets called. Clem is broken, and MaxPax takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Does take the first game. And again, Clem, he was aware. He was aware of the build. He was aware of what was going on. And again, Clem, he was ready at the natural. He was ready at the... He had 2 bunkers. He pre-pulled the boys who was ready for the repair. Instead, of course, MaxPax, he blinks into the main base. He snipes the tank, and everything just falls apart from there. There was no bunker in the main either. No bunker in the main. He was trying to buy time for a second tank. Also unfortunate, if you remember, the second tank spawned on the wrong side. The second tank spawned on the side of the Stalker, so he got targeted out immediately as well. That was the next chance that Clem would have had to survive and to defend, but did lose that second tank. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're now getting into game number 2. We're getting into game 2 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon. We have the Danish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, going old school and bringing back 4 Gapling Stalker after a very long time. Representing Sidestorm Gaming, 1 game away from claiming the series, it is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back, we'll see if he can recover and force the ace match. It is Clem. And last game was very messy from both sides. If you recall, Clem, he was also getting so much damage with his Widowmine drops. Remember, 5 probes went down at the start of the game, another 6 towards the end, 11 in total. That shouldn't have happened. But at the same time, again, Clem, he just wasn't quite ready for the 4-gate blink, specifically into the main. Like, he was a little bit lax when it came to his main base defense. There was an opening, there was a weak point, and MaxPax, he went for it. Did go for it in the end. Here we go. We are setting up. Setting up once again, single gas, once again, economic opener out of Clem, going for a Rax into an expansion. Going for the CC on the low grounds. And welcome one all to Pylon. We spoke about how Persephone is one of the more aggressive maps out there. That is true. Pylon is another one of the more aggressive maps. Now, it is a larger map. That is also true. It's a larger map. There are more bases, slightly longer rush distance by ground, but the rush distance is very direct. And we have seen aggression favored here from both the side of Terran and Protoss. So we'll see who's going to be the initial aggressor here. Hello. Speaking of aggression, MaxPax going for the proxy pylon. Let's go. Pylon has in place. Now, this does look like a prime location for a proxy Stargate. If we could see a proxy Stargate into an Oracle to wreak havoc in the mineral line, Hero is very fond of mixing this into openers, and yep, there it is. Proxy Stargate going for the Oracles. Oh boy. Now, this position is very obvious. It's a very obvious location here, so there's a higher chance that Clem will see this and Clem will scout this if he goes for an SCV scout, or if he does check nearby. Reapers across the map, though. And Reapers across the map, threatening the natural, is going to be zoned away. And again, is Clem going to check the nearby proxy locations, whether it's the triangular third base or the linear third, or even the fourth bases? So far, it looks like he will not. And the Reaper is going to be zoned away. Behind this, Clem going for his own 111, going for a reactor to Hellion. Now, with these Hellions, he might check those nearby proxy locations before moving out across the map, and I just rallied out. He just rallied out instead, and his main is exposed. This is going to be brutal here. The main base is exposed. Again, Clem, he has no idea as to what's going on. He's not being safe. The Oracle's on the way. Now, Clem, he will get some economic damage, though. Probes are going down. This is nice, but doesn't make up for the losses on his side. As this is... Oh my god, he can two-shot. Yeah, 7 probes fall. At the same time, Oracle busts into the main. SCVs are going down, and both players going to be losing a lot of workers here. Going to be losing up to 10 probes on the side of MaxPax. Likewise, across the map, losing 4 SCVs. Only 4. Oracle runs out of energy. Uh-oh. Yeah, the Oracle's out of energy. With that, Clem, I mean, the crisis management here, very well done. He does defend, but here come more Widow Mines. Sorry, more Oracles, I should say. Does go for the mine, doesn't get it. Oh my god. Doesn't get the Widow Mine, more SCV's going to be falling. Just the one, though. Again, this damage, not as much as we expected, and Clem, he's not done, he's waddling in. Waddling into the bases. I'm loving the barbecue on top of the ramp. Oh, doesn't quite connect. Stalker does get away. Clem going for some more Widowmine connections. Loving the retargeting. Denying mining time. 3 probes here in the natural. Getting 3, getting up to 4. Getting up to 5. 5 probe kills. Widowmine does waddle away. Meanwhile, double Oracle into the bases. Viking has arrived. MaxPax, he needs more damage. This has not gotten enough. As he's out of energy. He's just out of energy once again. Forced to recall. And where exactly are we? After the dust does settle, we have 16 probe kills across the map. So many probes went down against the 7 SCVs of Clem. Again, really good crisis management for Clem to set up his Widow Mines offensively back at home to pull the workers away. Did also feel like MaxPax was distracted at the time as well. So this proxy was not good enough. Back at home, taking his expansion and settling into charge. Okay, charge is on the way. Now, charge is a really good way to punish an aggressing Terran player. If Clem from here goes for like a 2-base push, then charge will be ready for it, and there will potentially be enough zealots to survive, to hold, to defend. But again, it's a very shaky game state. 2 more Raxes. Uh-oh. MaxPax, he is zoned away, he does not scout, and 2 Raxes, this is indicative of a 2-base all-in. These 2 Raxes could have been a 3rd CC. This could have been a 3rd command center instead to expand to get a faster economy here, especially if there are no add-ons. This screams that Clem may just pull the boys. So we'll see if he does skip those add-ons. As again, they're hidden behind the natural. Remember, charge will be done in time. And a big shout to King TQD once again, Papi. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you so much. Gifted sub to Mosaic Gamer. Thank you, Papi. Thank you. Do appreciate the support. Do appreciate it. Oh, we do have a reactor in a tech lab on the way here for Clem. So this could... I mean, it's still 5 Raxes. I'm leaning more towards an all-in, but technically Clem, he could still expand behind the push. If there are no add-ons, then he just sends it. But he's going for drop play. Yeah, he's just going for drop play. He's not pushing. Behind this, MaxPax claiming a 4th base. Getting another reinforcing the proxy. MaxPax, he's recovering economically getting up to 62 workers. And here comes the main push. Clem, he commits. As he moves out, Phoenix as they move in. No 3rd CC. Yeah, it's all or nothing for Clem. There is no expansion. And he has to break MaxPax here and now. Drops into the main, forces a recall. Does force a recall. Zealots have a hard time pushing into the mineral line. At the same time, Clem going for the 3rd. The 3rd is exposed. There's nothing here. It's just a warp in. So Clem pulling MaxPax apart again. Clem is all in. Clem is all in at this point. There is no economy. There is no 3rd CC. Chases down the mineral line. Getting 14 probes already. And he's going to get even more. Yeah, from 14 up to 20. Proxy gets found. Now this is at least buying time, as we see 23 workers going down. MaxPax, he cancels his 4th base for the refund. Then he finds a proxy. Does depower. And Clem, he was almost up to 70 workers, now down to 43. And again, MaxPax just caught out of position. Here, MaxPax, he can't take this fight. Yeah, the Zealots are going to melt. Mine shot's going up. And GG gets called. Clem, he overwhelms the main army. And Clem ties up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. Clem, again, he does commit to the 2-base all-in. Does overwhelm. MaxPax, unfortunately, completely out of position. He was forced to recall all the way into his main base. So his 3rd was exposed. Forced to cancel the 4th. And was just, yeah, torn apart then and there. GG. We have a game 3. We have an ace match. Born to kill SCVs, forced to recall. Ah, smurge, papi, smurge. As it all ends on Killer's Mile. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Killer's Mile, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Storm Gaming being forced into the ace match. We'll see if he can bring it back and bring it home. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss representing Team Liquid, tying up the series, forcing game 3. Momentum is on his side. It is Clem. You want to pick up my favorite casters. You can tell you guys are passionate and knowledgeable at the same time. Ah, thank you, Papi, thank you. Also, welcome Christopher, I believe. Thank you so much for the YouTube membership. Thank you, Papi, thank you. Do appreciate it. But yes, yes. The passionate Aussie casters. Pig does have a different style when it comes to the profanity and the and talking about certain things. We're a little bit more PG on this stream. At least usually. I say usually, especially in the past when it comes to casting with Asher. For the most part, things did get actually very. I mean that's what happens when you put too many Aussies in the room together. True. It comes out of me. Oh no. It all comes out. Not like this. For now though, we're calming down. But now we do have our gate expand standard opener here out of MaxPax. Likewise across the map for the first time this series, double gas. Okay, double gas opener out of Clem. Every game so far, Clem has been going for economic builds. This time more tech heavy, going for a faster factory. With this, it also means a faster starport. We're going for a CC after the factory, of course, but faster starport nonetheless. Into faster factory production. This can lead into reactor Reaper Hellion. This can lead into early Cyclone drop, early tank drop. This can eventually lead into Cloak Banshee. Clem has options. Clem, he has options with how he wants to be aggressive. Show us what you got. There's that CC on the way. Reaper moves out. Initially continuing into Reaper Hellion. No reactor. No add-ons yet. Meanwhile, take up choice for MaxPax. This time going for a Twilight Council opener back at home. No proxy Stargate. No shenanigans. Oh. Catching out the Adept. Bearing in mind, the Reaper does outrange the Adept just barely. Gets a couple of shots off. We are making an extra wave here, and that is a second Rax before the starport. This is hyper aggressive here out of Clem, and we'll see if he throws down a third Rax as well. If we go up to a third Rax before the starport, this would scream 2-base all in. But again, that's a lot of Rax early on. Reaper goes down. And the CC is going to be safe. At the same time, Reaper held into the middle line, so getting down 3 workers, not bad. 3 probes are targeted. Is worth it here for Clem, and do you see what I see? As I mentioned, that is a third Rax before starport. Hyper aggression out of Clem. So basically what's happening here, early stim. We're rushing to early stim, likewise early cyclone to, I would imagine, deny vision, deny scouting, and maintain map control. But with this, we can go for early stim, early combat shields. This builds up a really high marine count and really high bio count early on, and going for a delayed starport, delayed medevacs. We'll get there eventually. Oh, we must saw because they do poke in. They do punish. Where's that Cyclone? Yeah, Cyclone's still a couple of seconds away. Cyclone does arrive, and MaxPax is forced back. He is forced back. Getting 3 SCVs, not bad. Likewise, Reaper Hellion back into the main. Oh, probes are lining up. Getting another 4 worker kills. Ay, ay, ay. Getting another... Oh, another worker towards the end. Barely. Getting up to 5. 5 probes go down. Meanwhile, back at home, what do we have? We have 3 gate blink out of MaxPax. Very safe play. Not overly aggressive. You do typically expand with this, but 3 gates nonetheless. Bunkers being thrown down. Tank production behind this as well. I said early stim, but actually we're going to be delaying stim in favor of tanks. I believe this is due to the scouting here of Clem. Because he saw the gateways, because he saw the blink, he knows that really tanks are a priority. We saw what happened in game 1 if you are delaying your tank production. So first tanks and then delayed stim instead. So this tells me that Clem is going to be more defensive. He's going to be more defensive back at home. It's still going to be an earlier stim timing than normal, but later than what this could have been due to the blink opener, due to the 3 gate. So Clem is taking a stronger defensive stance. And we have 2 tanks. 1 in each base. The bio army here in the main. Bunker at the natural. MaxPax warping in 3 stalkers at a time. And behind this, MaxPax should be expanding. Oh, blinks in. It does blink in. Going for the tank. The tank is started down. But Clem is holding. Clem, he does repair. He does hold on. Behind this, yep, there's a 3rd expansion, as we mentioned. MaxPax is not all in. This is not the same build that we saw in game 1. Oh. Looking further in. Takes the tank shot to the face. Forced a recall. MaxPax going for the Arc Shrine. Okay. The Arc Shrine is on the way. Let's go. Going for DTs. We're still waiting for Stim. Stim is still on the way. Once it finishes, Clem, you can break out. Observer, I'm sure, gets heard. As again, there's no tank on the low ground. A bunker goes down. Brutal pickup. Clem trying to reposition. Does move down. Tank doesn't siege. From here, Clem holds. Oh. Clem does hold. He does break out. Stim is done. But he doesn't quite catch a stalker. And not quite. He wants that prism. Can he get it? Oh god, it's going to be close. The last prism does get away. That was a big commitment there from Clem. Wasn't quite worth it. Clem, he backs off. Behind this 3rd CC, he is expanding. He does not throw down extra Raxes, unlike the previous game. Ooh, so we're building up. We're building up towards a longer game state. MaxPax has his 3rd, and Clem working on his own. What's important, I believe MaxPax also saw this. Checking the vision. Yes, he did see the 3rd CC. Just before the observer went down. So MaxPax, he's aware. Dark Templar warping in. Going to be heading into the bases. Oh, as a prism goes down. Yeah, nice pickoff. He does notice that Dark Templar as well. Yeah, does notice. SCV is going to be going down. Oh, no scan. Yeah, no scan available yet. Getting 3 SCVs so far, dragging him back home. Drop gets eyes on the 4th. And there's the first scan. There's that first scan. A second DT ready to dive in. And Clemmy breaks out. Is where these Stalkers dragging them out into the corner. Clem, he wants them. Ah, but there's the recall. And Max actually does recall in time. Is the way he was vulnerable. Likewise, MaxPax catching reinforcements, picking up a Marine, picking up a Marauder as well. But Clemmy does deny the 4th. He denies the 4th base. Likewise, getting a couple workers. Oh, the mines! Oh my god! MaxPax, he gets punished! Yeah, the bait was real. The mine shows they punish the Stalkers. And every Stalker goes down. MaxPax, he's vulnerable. He's exposed. And Clem, he can try to stim in. Tempted. Sure, he's tempted that 1 DT being a nuisance. Is cleaned up. But again, MaxPax is not expecting those Widow Mines to get punished for the dive. Oh, Widow Mines are cleaned up. Are cleaned up. But I'm still trading well. Picking up more Zealots. 3, 4 Zealots going down. Going for the Marauders as well. Gets 1. Ah, these are just brutal pickoffs here. Again, all because all the Stalkers went down earlier. That should not have happened. And MaxPax, he plummets in supply. Yeah, one misstep, one mistake. That can cost you the game. As, yeah, we just stim in. We go for the Colossus. The Immortal goes down. He gets 1. He gets both Immortals. The Colossus as well. MaxPax losing everything. And Clemmy boosts into the main. Tanks are cleaned up. Premier add-ons or production is exposed. And Clem from Miri can take it slow. Oh, we'll bleed out a medevac. 1 medevac goes down. We're still just rallying across the map. Clem's still pushing forward. And there is 1 more Colossus, just barely. 1 more Colossus does pop out. Clem still has plenty of reinforcements on the way. He's still pushing in. Being pinned back. Maja going off. Brutal connect. Oh my god, the connection. Takes out the Zealots. You don't get better than that. And once again, he can just stim on forward. 1 more volley. Takes down the Colossus. Only a Gateway army remaining. Just Zealots and Stalkers. Clem is overstimmed. Overstimmed, once again pulling away though. Once again, MaxPax, sorry, Clemmy still maintains momentum. MaxPax still struggling to keep up. Going for the Prism across the map. If he can buy time, if he can force Clem back home, then MaxPax has a chance. Ah, never mind. Oh, avoids it with a mine, not bad. Gets into the mineral line. Prism into the main. At the same time, oh no! Catching another Colossus! Just barely. Another Colossus snipe. 4th base under fire. It's going to go down once again for a 2nd time. There is just no expansion. There is no economy. GG gets called, and Clem, he will take the series 2-1, taking down MaxPax. GG. GG, well played. To get a very intense back and forth, but the big moment where MaxPax lost, or just lost all the momentum, so much momentum, was when he blinked forward. If you remember, it happened on the edge of the screen, but MaxPax, he did dive on the tank, he blinked forward, and he killed the tank, but he lost every Stalker. There was a field of Widow Mines underneath the tank, and all Stalkers went down. It was, what, 8 or 9 Stalkers. From that moment, that was a moment where Clem took the fight, pushed forward, broke the 4th base, and sniped the Colossus and the Immortals. There was just no support for the army. That was almost game then and there. GG. GG, well played. With that, Clem does claim the series, and we are nearing the end of the broadcast. We have 2 matches remaining. 2 matches left here